All right, my previous video, we talked about the Eastern Conference. Now let's go ahead and break down the Western Conference as we head into the All-Star break. OKC is the runaway 1 seed in the Western Conference. Nobody's going to be able to catch them with, 20-ish games left in the season. Whether or not they'll get to the championship is a different story, but this Oklahoma City regular season team, if they continue with their point differential, they're beating teams by about 13 points per game, that would be the greatest point differential by a team in the regular season in NBA history. That is how good this team is right now in the regular season. I don't buy Memphis. I think that their coach is an amazing coach. Taylor Jenkins has done a really good job with that revolving door of players. They can really play any of their 15 or 16 guys if you include the two-ways at any given time, and he's really righted the ship. The team this year has been led by Triple J. Desmond Bane is a shell of himself, and John Moran just hasn't been the same since a pew-pew. Watch out for Denver. They're a sleeping giant in the Western Conference. Anytime you have Nikola Jokic on your team, you have a chance to win the title that year. And Jamal Murray just went off for 55 points last night, so maybe he's back. The Rockets are a good team. They're a really good defensive team. I just worry if they're good too early. I don't think they have a closer. That's going to be their biggest issue to get over. Fred VanVleet has been hurt and he hasn't been able to help them the last couple of weeks, but even still, he's not the greatest closer, and you definitely don't want Jalen Green closing games for you. He doesn't have that skill set. The Lakers just lost to the Jazz last night. Prior to that game, they had won 9 of their last 10. I don't look much into that game at all. Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith were both down. It was the game right before the All-Star break. A lot of these guys wanted to get a break, get a week off, and I don't blame them at all. It was a pretty tumultuous last couple of weeks with everybody going in and out. Watch out for this Lakers team. When Luka and LeBron start getting into it, and Austin Reeves and the rest of the guys are able to fill the spots, this Lakers team is going to be very good. I expect them to contend for the Western Conference Championship. I don't know what to make of the Clippers. I really don't. James Harden hasn't gotten hurt yet. Kawhi Leonard is day-to-day. He doesn't play back-to-backs. Ivica Zubac has been great. Norman Powell has been great. Their defense is a really good defense, but they're still the Clippers, so I don't expect much from them. I think they're going to fall in the standings. I think the Timberwolves are going to go up in the standings. I think Ant is going to take it seriously after hanging out with everybody at All-Star Weekend. He's one of those guys that once he sees everybody and hangs out, kind of like in the Olympics, he just gets extra motivated. So I look for Anthony Edwards to go off in the second half of the season. Oh, Dallas. I don't want to go too into you. I feel bad for Dallas Mavericks. Genuinely feel bad for Dallas Mavericks fans. You lose your transcendent young superstar, and then the guy you traded for is injured. All your centers are injured. It's just a rough time. I don't want to say anything negative about you guys. Sacramento Kings, what is this team? Seriously, what is this team? I don't understand. Keon Ellis last night looked good, but this team is one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. But they have really good offensive players. The problem is they can't guard anyone. Golden State with Jimmy Butler, they're going to be a little bit better. I think that they'll be probably the 9 or the 8 seed. They'll definitely be in the play-in. But past that, I don't see them going very far in the Western Conference at all. Phoenix is a dumpster fire. That's one of the worst teams I've seen this year. They don't play cohesive. Devin Booker is a shell of himself. He's playing behind Kevin Durant, and he's not playing his game. And it's really sad to watch because Booker's a great player. San Antonio is the dark horse. If De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama can figure it out, along with Steph Castle, Jeremy Sohan, and the rest of those guys, this is not a team that I would want to play in a first-round matchup. I just wouldn't. If San Antonio is able to get into the play-in and be the 8 seed, if I were OKC, I would not want to go against Victor Wembanyama in a 7-game series. There's no one on that team that can stop him. But at the same time, as a fan, I want to see Chet and Victor in a 7-game series. Those two guys don't like each other. That would be a new rivalry for all of us NBA fans to just devour and just enjoy. How fun would that be?